And the pitcher is the unbeaten Luis Leal from Venezuela, who made his major league debut in 1980 with Toronto and has been with the club since.
Base number 53.
The umpires tonight, it will be Dave Phillips back of the plate, then Jerry Neudecker is at first base. John Hirschbeck is a rookie umpire. He is at second, and Steve Palermo is the umpire at third on just a gorgeous night in Toronto. The temperature is in the mid-70s. Cloudless sky, sun going down back of third. And you can still see the last vestiges of sunlight as Whitaker gets set to stand in. A look around Exhibition Stadium in Toronto, built for football, a gerrymandered park. There are the dimensions, a symmetrical baseball surface, 330 down the line, 375 to the alleys, and 400 to straightaway center as the first pitch to Whitaker misses 1-0. Whitaker in the first game of yesterday's doubleheader scored 5 runs in Baltimore. That's one shy of the major league record. He's having a great year. He was 8 for 14 against Toronto last week.
Well, he had a great 1983 season too, and he's the perfect leadoff man for a good ball club. He makes you as a pitcher really work. If you don't throw it over the plate, he's not going to swing at it. And there you saw Leal's good fastball. Leal, as we said, 6-0. He's got all 4 pitches. He's got a good curveball, an excellent fastball over 90 miles per hour, a good slider, and a changeup. Doesn't throw it that much, but it's effective when he does throw it.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Whitaker, who hits it high in the air to left center field. Dave Collins says he'll take care of it, and does. Lou Whitaker is gone. 1 away here in the first inning, and Alan Trammell, who leads the league in hits with 79 and leads the league in hitting as well at 346, 2 points in front of Dave Winfield, is the batter. Leal has handled Trammell through Allen's career, but Trammell's been hot. Allen in that doubleheader yesterday had 5 hits.
With Whitaker leading off and Trammell hitting second, and both of them off to good starts, 315, 346. It's no surprise that Detroit has scored 57 runs in the first inning this year in 57 games.
They got off to that great start, Earl. They were not only winning, but they were, every time you'd hear a partial score, seemingly leading every game 7-0 in the third inning. Hit in the air to center field. Mosby had trouble reading it, and that cost him as it will roll all the way to the fence. And with Trammell's speed, he could go all the way and probably will, but he's going to be held at third as the relay comes in from Griffin. That's questionable only in the sense that Trammell, I think, felt as he rounded second and is talking with Alex Gramis that I think Trammell thought he could have made it all the way.
Well, there was a possibility, but with Kirk Gibson coming up, 31 RBIs on third base, more than likely the infield will play back in the first inning, so it wasn't worth the gamble. We can see that Mosby got a very bad jump on the ball. His first 3 or 4 steps were backwards, and he came in, he made a mistake there. He should have just laid back and held him to a single because he couldn't get to the ball. It rolled all the way to the wall, and now Detroit has a chance to score their 58th run in the first inning in 58 games.
And the infield is back with the exception of Mullinick at third with Gibson at the plate. You can see Gibson is in the sunlight. There's just a little bit of sunlight here, and I'm wondering if that wasn't the problem with Mosby picking up the ball as it left the bat.
Well, this has always been a very difficult park for the outfielders to pick up the ball. Probably not as much now. When we first came up to Toronto many years ago, 5-6 years ago, they used to have a lot of empty seats. Tonight, with an outstanding crowd as they have, they have the metal seats here, and it's just hard to catch the fly ball going up at this particular time. But as you mentioned, also, it's tough for the left-handed hitter because he's looking right into the sun.
Looking in from center field, you can see everything else is encased in shadow. You can see the sunlight around home plate and the light-colored shirts back of the plate. Little squiver foul, and the count stays, the ball and 2 strikes on Gibson.
And Leal has shown a good fastball and a good slider up to this point.
Dave Steve was the man who picked that ball up. Steve lost a tough one to Guidry the other night in New York, 2-1.
Well, the book on pitching to Kirk Gibson is to try to throw him high fastballs and breaking balls out of the strike zone down and in. He did swing and miss 2 breaking balls. Let's see what Leal throws.
Hit foul into the Toronto dugout, into the Detroit dugout. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sparky Anderson at the helm.
Thing about the high fastball in this situation, if he pops it up to the infield, it's a good pitch. If it goes to the outfield and a run scores, it's a bad pitch. Same pitch.
Scoring, by the way, on Trammell, a triple all the way. No error charged to Mosby. High, and count 2 balls and 2 strikes.
A little bit out of the strike zone. Good pitch. The one that Palmer was talking about.
Good look there at Gibson and where he positions himself. As far back as you can get. Outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count on Gibson.
I think something very important. Of course, the infield is playing back. They're almost conceding that run. And what that triple does just makes it a little bit more difficult to pitch in the first inning.
Gibson hits a high fly ball to medium deep right field. That is Bell positioning himself for a throw. Trammell tags, and Bell's throw is right there, but the ball comes loose. The throw had him beat, but Trammell may have taken it out of the glove of the catcher, Ernie Witt, who was right there. What a throw by Bell.
Strong, powerful throw. It was just a little bit toward the third base side. Low breaking ball. Gibson gets just enough of it. It's going to be a close play at the plate, and we can see it coming. Good throw by George Bell. Just the least bit up the line. You'll see him reach as Trammell went by, and when Witt tried to swing and tag, the ball came out of his glove. Another angle. Just the least bit up the line where Witt had to go around. Now, if he'd have gotten away there, we might have had a dead catcher.
The batter is Parrish, who gets fooled on a breaking pitch. And the count is 0-1. So it's scored as a sacrifice fly. Gibson gets his 32nd run batted in. 1-0 Tigers. And the next pitch to Parrish is hit high in the air to left center field. Collins had trouble reading this one. Now Mosby comes over and he takes it for the out. So the outfielders having problems here in the first, and the Tigers capitalize.